We are in the bustling city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now we only have 2 hours to explore our time here, and we are gonna make the most of it, going to find some great eats and walking around to see what the city's all about. Let's go. Some yummy Mexican food here at Tasty and Fresh Taquitos. I can't wait to eat it.
So we just got in the van. Molly got some pictures of the food like you just saw, and we cannot wait to dig in. These things look delicious. I didn't know how big they were gonna be. When we get to some food trucks and you get like 2 tacos, they are massive, and sometimes they're really small. These are on the little small side, but that's okay. I'm super excited to try them, and yeah, let's dig in.
One really cool thing about this food truck is they have cactus as a vegetarian filler for either the tacos or the quesadillas, but I was too much of a chicken to try it. I didn't want to get it and it wasn't good. So I got the ground beef, and it has cheese and, let's see, lettuce in here, and it looks very, very good. Let's try it. It's very crispy on the outside and hot. Oh wow, look! It has 2 layers.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be full. Did you get 2?
No, I got 1.
Oh my.
Okay, it's messy.
Good?
That is so good. That compares to all of the ones in New Mexico we had, even the food truck that we went to in Colorado Springs. It is such a crunchy, crusty shell, and then the beef inside is really fine and tender and has a great flavor. 10 out of 10.
And if you guys can hear that in the background, there is a band right across the street. So if you come here, you might also get serenaded on the right day. So, since Molly said 10 out of 10 there, I have to try it myself, so. Wow. That is insanity. They do it right here. This is delicious. Am I supposed to move on to my taco? Now for a moment that I've actually been waiting for. Let's try this taco out. So good. I just do run-of-the-mill taco, but on steroids. This thing is delicious.
Well, I wish I got a lot. I'm not gonna be able to eat all of it.
That's fine. You want to try my taco?
Do you want me to?
Sure, they're delicious.
Did you have your lunch? Extremely full at Taquitos. We come downtown to look at all of the architecture, walk around, and hopefully find some really awesome things. It did take a little longer than we expected because we're having a hard time finding a bunch of parking, so hopefully we'll find some soon. It's been about 15 minutes and we're still looking for parking, but that's okay. We've moved on to the next park that we want to look at, and hopefully they have a parking spot for us.
Finally, I think it was what, 20 minutes? We went in the same square 3 times, but we found parking. It was $10. I think it's for the whole day. But yeah, we can't wait to walk around, see what's going on. And Pittsburgh's a really cool looking city. We should know now, we've driven around it 6 times, but we can't wait to go to this park. So let's go. So right over my shoulder here is the Fort Pitt Blockhouse. So it was actually the headquarters of the Continental Army in the Revolutionary War on the Western Front, which is really cool. They even have a museum dedicated to it also in Point State Park that you can check out as well. So Pittsburgh is named the City of Bridges, and for good reason. It has over 400 within the city limits. That's more than any other city in the world, which is crazy. But when you think about the fact that it sits at the confluence of 3 different rivers, the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela, it makes perfect sense. There is water everywhere here in Pittsburgh, but it is so cool. It makes for great photography, that's for sure.
Pittsburgh is home to the famous incline. That's where a train car goes up the side of a hill and you can look all over Pittsburgh. It's really awesome and really famous. Sadly, it's super busy on a Saturday, so we're gonna pass that up, but definitely check it out when you're here.
So it would not be a trip to Pittsburgh without talking about Andrew Carnegie, the man who boomed the economy. So he started Carnegie Steel and basically funded the entire Manhattan skyline and everything like that with his steel production from right here in Pittsburgh. But after he got charged with monopoly, he actually wanted to spend the rest of his life giving. So that's why you hear of a lot of Andrew Carnegie public libraries, as well as the Andrew Carnegie Museum of History. It has the first ever T-Rex skeleton in there, which is really cool. I wish we could go and check it out, but we don't have enough time today. But we're gonna keep walking around. Woo! Somebody's tired, huh, buddy?
We ended up spending not 2, but 4 hours here. So that's just way over what we had planned, but it was an amazing city. I personally never thought I could top Nashville, Tennessee. That was my favorite big city ever. Not anymore. Pittsburgh is that for me now. Just the architecture, the buildings, the walkability of this city, it is so awesome. 4 hours was not enough time.
And as stressful as it might have been to drive around, I love the history and the culture of Pittsburgh. It's so cool, and after all, it is a really cool city to walk around and stuff like that, see all the skyscrapers and things like that as well. So I loved it as well. It's my favorite big city too. So Pittsburgh, you got 2 new fans.
4 hours was not near enough time here in Pittsburgh, but it is sadly time to go. We are trading in the big city life for small town once again. We will see you Tuesday in another small town.
Bye, guys. The reason why is because it sits at the confluence of 3 rivers, the Ohio, the Monongahela, and the, dang it, I knew it. So Pittsburgh is named the city of bridges, and there's a really good reason for it. It has over 400 bridges in the city limits. That's more than any other city in the world, which is absolutely crazy. But when you think about the fact that it is at the confluence of 3 different rivers, the Allegheny,